Good morning, River Valley. I'm going to put on our first video of the year for math. And what we're going to be working on today is perfect squares and square roots. I think most of you probably remember this from last year, but I'm going to attempt to draw a perfect square here for us and see if I can make that work. So the reason we call these perfect squares is because if I can get my pen to work. If I have the side of one square that's 2, and the other side of the square has to also be 2, 2 times 2 equals 4. So 4 is considered a perfect square, meaning that you can take the square root of 4, and when you do that, you get 2. We worked on this quite a bit last year. Then with that all being true, now if I come in here and I do 2 squared, that equals 4. Oh, this computer does not like this app as much as my home computer does. 2 squared equals 4. 3 squared equals 9, because 3 times 3 equals 9. That's all we're doing here. When we say squared, we mean the number times itself. 4 squared equals 16. 5 squared is 25. 6 squared is 36. 7 squared is 49. 8 squared, 8 times 8 is 64. 9 squared is going to be 81. 10 squared is 100. 11 squared is 121, and 12 squared is 144. 13 squared is 169. 14 squared is 196, and 15 squared is 225. I don't think anything on today's assignment is going to go above that. When you go to the assignment on the Kami app, once you do the work, you don't have to save it or submit it or anything. It just automatically comes to me and I can see that. So I know some of you had some questions about that. So don't worry about that. That automatically saves and I can see your work if you've done it on Kami, if you go in and enter in the answers. If you have questions, make sure that you email me or give me a call sometime between 8:15 and 9:15. I'm available in my room each morning from 8:15 to 9:15 for my virtual learners, and also for students that are here in class. I'll make another video each day probably. See ya.